The world loves a free man, not because they respect him, but because they can use him. If you are accessible, you are consumed, and if you give your time, your loyalty, and your energy without a price tag, do not be surprised when you are treated like a discount bin at a clearance sale. There is a brutal economic law that governs human relationships, and it cares nothing for your good heart. It is the law of supply and demand. When the supply of you is high, when you are always there, always replying, always helping, the demand for you hits zero. Adam Smith, the father of economics, grappled with a paradox that explains your entire social life. Why is water, which is essential for life, virtually free, while diamonds, which are useless, cost a fortune? The answer is scarcity. You have been acting like water, essential to the ecosystem of others, but because you flow freely, they flush you. You think that by picking up the phone on the first ring, by clearing your schedule for them, you are proving your value. You are not proving your value, you are destroying it. To become expensive, you must become a diamond, which means you must become useless to those who cannot afford you. You must understand the architecture of want. The person who wants less controls more. When you chase someone, when you text first every time, when you over-explain your worth, you are flooding the market with yourself, making your presence cheap, and cheap things get discarded. Walk past a luxury boutique like Hermes, and what do you see? You see a line, a bouncer, a locked door, and barriers. Now walk past a Walmart, where the doors slide open automatically, the lights are bright, and everyone is welcome. Which one desires your respect? We value things that resist us, a psychological concept known as effort justification. If we have to work for something, our brain rationalizes that it must be valuable. You have been living with automatic doors, letting anyone into your mental space and your schedule. You need to install a velvet rope, introducing friction to filter out low-value people while enticing the high-value players who respect the boundary. In the animal kingdom, there is a phenomenon called appeasement signaling. When a weaker animal encounters a dominant one, it drops its body, lowers its head, and exposes its belly, saying without words, "I am not a threat, please don't destroy me." Humans do the same thing with words, over-apologizing and rushing to be available. Every one of those actions is a belly-up display. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, was born a slave with no wealth or title, yet the most powerful men in Rome sought his counsel because he never asked them for anything. His posture communicated terrifying self-containment, saying, "I have everything I need inside this mind, you may join me or leave, but I will not adjust my orbit for you." When you beg for connection, you broadcast your insufficiency, telling the world you are incomplete, and the world will respond by withholding the very thing you crave.
Desperation repels, while self-sufficiency attracts.
You must also master the price of emotional stoicism, realizing that the most expensive thing you own is your emotional reaction.
Low-value people are reactive vending machines. You push a button and they explode or cry.
To be expensive is to possess absolute emotional control, the ability to look at chaos and remain unmoved.
When you do not react to an insult, you deny the insulter their payment, leaving them holding the bag of their own toxicity.
Niccolò Machiavelli knew that a prince who loses his temper loses his authority, because anger is a confession of weakness. To solidify this, you must cultivate the ultimate power, the willingness to walk away. The defining sign of a luxury good is that it doesn't need you to buy it. Ferrari does not run commercials begging you to drive their cars. If your emotional stability depends entirely on one partner or one boss, you are a dependent slave. When you know deep in your bones that you can walk away from any table and be fine, you become dangerous. The willingness to destroy the deal is exactly what makes the deal possible. Stop splitting the difference on your core values. If you accept garbage, you are a garbage can. If you demand excellence, you are a king. The free man walks into a room and hopes people like him, but the expensive man walks in and assesses if he likes them. You must be willing to be misunderstood and walk alone, stepping into the void to build your empire in silence.
The world is a marketplace, so stop giving out free samples and make them pay the full price, because you are the only thing you truly have.
Welcome to Sovereign Mind. Subscribe to step into the architect level. See you in the shadows.